Good evening, dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
John and Matt have fucking dealt with us before.
Yeah.
I heard plenty from them.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can hear eye rolls, they'd be coming through strong from Heather and Lizz, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From the sausage fest that is us.
It's good sausage. It's like Polish sausage. Though. It's the good stuff.
Oh,
Summer sausage. And all
And we,
Liz and I have stories about that.
Yeah.
Don't we, Liz?
well, let's hear something.
Yes, Freedom Tower Sausage Fest.
Freedom Tower Sausage Fest.
Wow.
Freedom Tower.
Go right now. Please tell that story.
We're open.
Well, let's hear.
We can always edit shit, you know.
Yeah.
We can.
We'll tell it. What happened?
Matt can.
Oh, no, we just, I mean, I don't know how many John Spencer Blues Explosion shows Liz and I had been to in our illustrious careers, but it would be many. And then, so we decided to go to one at Record Bar before they moved. Right, Liz?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, before they moved.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. And it was a trip, man. The record that they were promoting, I think, was called Freedom Tower. So, John Spencer, he's going to go Freedom Tower, Blues Explosion, Freedom Tower, right?
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
Which is awesome. That's what we want. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there were, it was just dudes. It was dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all in like khaki cargo shorts and like running shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like
So
dad
we were
outfits.
we were just standing there going, this is weird. Like this, this is not. And then, of course, we turned to each other and one of us whispered in each other's ears, Sausage Fest. I don't remember if it was me or Liz. I do not remember.
Imagine just having the upper hand immediately like that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then it became Blues Explosion, Sausage Fest, Freedom Tower.
Freedom Tower.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm hearing like a cover, like a knockoff you guys can do for this. Maybe the old Ricky Nelson song, Garden Party. You guys could cover
Oh,
that
wow.
and just change it to Sausage Party.
That's a sausage party.
Yeah.
Do a
That's
sausage
it.
party.
Totally doable.
Much better than the teddy bear picnic. That song gives me nightmares.
Oh,
Ooh.
That sounds like something that wouldn't give you nightmares,
Yeah.
but okay.
All right. Oh, well, this has been boring so far. I'm just ready.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if I realized we weren't doing like video call, I wouldn't have put fucking clothes on.
Dude, I fucking put makeup on. I put makeup on for the first time in a damn month.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
You can just send selfies. We'll post them along the way.
There we go.
There we
fun.
go. Yeah.
Just duck lips.
We just recorded with Steve Albini, and I swear we didn't know it was like a last second thing, and we had to do it on
Oh,
Skype.
God, that was
So it
funny.
ended up being like a video call, and I was not prepared for it at all.
Oh,
guys-
no.
Yeah.
It just opens up and Steve's like, "Oh fuck, I fucked up."
Okay, Lord.
Well, it's really an awkward position.
Yeah, his laptop's like looking up at him, and there's like a windscreen for his mic, and then it's just like Matt's belly, a windscreen, bottom of his beard,
I don't even see my face.
and Steve's like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but this is interesting.
Do I get the right video call?
Oh, good
He's
Lord.
like, "Hey, baby.
So-
Hey, Steve."
For special people, we might let the special people see the video section of that, but we're not going
Sure. Yeah.
to go out of the way to post that one.
Well, before we get too far in the weeds, man, should we introduce who we're talking to, or is everybody just gonna?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
We've got two newbies.
We are glad to have some people we've had before. Cody Romaine's been on the show before, of course, with Godzillionaire. Ben has been on the show before with Godzillionaire. But I can't call them a side project because you guys are uniquely fucking awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks.
I really love the shit. It's amazing work by Vedettes out of Kansas.
That's right. Yeah.
Dude. It's one of my favorite
Lawrence,
bands.
Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas. Amazing work, guys. I've been jamming your record all week.
That was also with Paul Malinowski, the same guy that did Negative Balance and Shiner.
Yeah.
I think Ben mixed the Vedette stuff, but still, he engineered it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cody. That's right.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is.
He's a talented dude.
It also highlights how good of a mixer Ben is.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
No, I didn't do any mixing on that. No.
Oh, you did?
That was Paul. That was all Paul.
Yeah, that was Paul.
That was 100%. I mean, I sat there and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." If that
You
counts
said
as
yes.
mixing, then
Okay, well, never mind. I almost messaged John this morning and was like, "Hey, man, don't let me talk too much." For real.
Don't worry. There's a shit ton of us. We're going to be stepping all over each other anyway. So, yeah.
That's okay. I can totally just mute your entire track, Cody. It will be like you weren't even here. So
That's not going to make the cut.
we'll be fine.
That's awesome.
Cody, I love you and I love everything you have to say.
Yeah, I love you too, Heather. I just joined this band, and this is definitely my favorite band I'm in by far.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Every time we practice, I say every single time I say this is easily the most organized band. Like we all show up on time. We're playing the first song within 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's because Ben and Liz and I, we've played together for guys, I'm sorry. I did the math today.
Yeah.
I realized that we've been playing together for 17 or 18 years. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
That's so wild.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Crazy
Yep.
good.
Yeah, that's longer than many marriages or.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was 10 years old when you guys started playing together.
You were, Cody. I almost texted that on our little text thread. Cody, you were 10.
I love hearing that in every
And I was
fucking
like,
band
no.
I'm in.
Cute, though.
I'm the best looking one. That's not even true either. God damn it.
So, back to what Cody said. We're organized.
Right.
You couldn't tell.
Yes.
That's screaming through everything. We're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be something there for. I mean, there's. How long have you guys been playing together? I mean, just all together with Cody too. Cody just joined recently, right?
I just I haven't really even officially joined. I don't know. I officially joined, I would say, over the last few months.
Yeah.
But my first show with Vedettes was a little over a year and a half ago. I don't know.
yeah, Cody's been filling in for us for quite a while now. We haven't had the best luck with drummers,
Yeah, you guys
That's true.
and until we found Cody, and I was like, hey, I know a guy. So he stepped in, and we invited him a long time ago, and then he was always a little bit kind of time, and then jobs and everything like that. Then the pandemic happened. He's like, let's fucking play.
Yeah, I don't fucking work now.
Well, and rightfully so, because he's in such amazing bands other than ours. And so, yeah, absolutely. It took a while to get him to commit, but I think we did we commit you? I don't know.
Well, there was
Committed.
one show at Davies, which that place is burned down now, but
Yeah.
there was one where I was just pretty drunk. It was I'm in the fucking band, you guys, and you were like, cool.
So I remember that.
Yeah, and then we didn't talk about it again for a while.
Yeah, I think I saw a social media update that was okay, we've got a new drummer and we're going to announce it. And I was like, this has been a long fucking time ago. They never officially said it's Cody Romaine.
Yeah. I'm slowly taking over the world.
But they never officially.
Yeah, we should make a post.
Yeah. Let's see. Tonight's the exclusive announcement.
Right on.
Actually, yes.
Nice.
Here it is. Cody is our drummer. I think that's
Welcome, Cody.
absolutely.
Yay.
Yay.
Salad.
Pew, pew,
That's what you wanted.
There you go.
Read a button.
There we go. Breaking news.
It is broken.
Broken news.
Okay.
Broken news, everyone.
That'll be our next podcast. That'll be a good name for it. Broken news.
Broken
Yeah.
news.
Not bad. Not bad.
So you guys talked to Matt Chamberlain. How was that?
Yeah, we talked to him. I'm editing that episode right now. He's a cool dude.
Fuck yeah, man. I imagine so.
Yep. It's sort of intimidating talking to a guy like that when, Jesus Christ, the catalog.
Yeah, bro.
It's insane.
It's incredible. How do you touch that?
Was he on 10 or was that Dave Cruisin? I can't remember if he recorded 10 or not.
Ooh.
He was touring.
Yeah, it must have been Dave Cruisin that recorded them.
I think he toured with them. I don't know if he actually recorded with them.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Because he talked a bit about, it'll come out in the episode about the Alive video and the live.
Right on. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was touring with them, and I don't know.
Yeah, the video version is him playing on the video version,
Right.
but the CD version isn't him.
Gotcha.
So it's probably cool.
We've talked to quite a few drummers now, and it seems like instant job. If you can drum, you've got a good job.
Yeah.
And get along.
Oh, I think it's a little more than that, though. I mean, we've run into a lot of people who can drum, but it's
Yeah, you got to be able to hang.
yeah.
It's almost more important, I think. And that goes for any position in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking no dicks allowed. Like blanket, full life statement. No dicks allowed.
There you go.
That's
For
true.
real.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing for everybody, in just about every position in life. I mean, just being somebody who's been a supervisor before or anything. I mean, I'll tell you, kids, right now, if you're going out, you're getting your degree, you're getting all your shit together, I tell you, the first thing they're looking at when they have that interview is, can I get along with this asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I work with him day in, day out?
Right.
This is somebody who is going to fit.
It's a lot easier to not hire someone than to fire someone.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah. It's a big part of everything. Your resume doesn't matter. Just don't be a dick.
That's about it. Yeah.
We're going to throw that in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, please.
There you go.
It's going in the sausage party song.
There we go.
Hey,
Yes.
Freedom Tower, sausage party.
Freedom Tower.
Music.
Freedom Tower, buzzer buzzer. Don't be a dick. Freedom Tower.
Awesome Tower. Wait, what?
Got John Spencer coming up next week. I didn't know if I mentioned that.
Oh God, please tell him about this. Please. I'm so curious what he would say. Oh my God, I mean it. Really. Disgust. I'm not kidding.
I am kidding. I have never talked to John Spencer.
Oh.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, I was like, Heather has.
Hook us up.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Speaking of hook you up, I just said in our group message thing that we all have. First of all, I'd like to point out that it's called Dandets McCandets or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we need to point you in the direction of a guy named Sage Cornelius.
Yeah, I saw that right before I logged on. What's up with that?
He's a violinist, but he has this he's doing this crazy stuff now where he has like an 8-string or 7-string violin or something like that, and it goes real low, and he does like metal riffs and shit.
Oh.
But he's like he's from Topeka. He used to be around in this area, but he moved out to, I think, Albuquerque. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, he's like seriously a virtuoso. He was like playing around here and then joined a band with a dude called Sean James. I think a lot of people know him, and did a bunch of like acoustic touring with him. And now he's just kind of doing his own thing. But I'm going to link you two together because he's like seriously a virtuoso. It's like insane
Sure.
that I know him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know his uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, I love shit like that. Just anybody who can, I'm not a instrument purist or anything. Anybody can modify or
definitely
make something new out of something old or anything. And one man acts, two man acts. I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Of course, that's what we need is some different shit. Like everyone's just kind of doing the same thing,
Sure.
That shit like breaks us out of it.
Yeah, and we talk about that a bit, and just with the formula of rock and shit like that. But yeah. Well, I think you guys do that too. I mean, you fuck with it enough. It's definitely edgy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's fucking different. I really dug everything I heard.
Yeah.
So I got Ephemeral. Went ahead and bought that one. I don't know. Matt might have bought it too, but I was like, fuck it, I'm buying again because I got drunk. And then
Thanks. That's great.
Thank you.
For some more money. I try to throw money people's ways whenever I can.
I was looking at that T-shirt too.
Yeah. You guys got some great artwork there. And
yeah, dude.
Who's doing your T-shirt design, your artwork there? And is there an artist in the band, or you got
Miss Kelly Bowers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys know Kelly.
Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing lady.
She's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we've got to get her on our patch design.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She won't even let you pay her for it.
I know. That's a problem. And then the other problem is I just want it for my own battle jacket, and I don't give a shit what anybody else buys for her.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make her do all the work just so I can have a patch.
She loves it.
Oh, she will do it.
She'll do it. Yeah.
As soon as she hears this, she's gonna make it and send it to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I swear to God.
Yeah.
100%.
It's already done. Yeah.
You already made it. So check your mailbox.
Probably.
Kelly's at your front door right now.
Yeah, someone's at your front door right now.
But no, the artwork, Kelly makes it happen for sure. But the artwork, Liz and I, we do the artwork, right?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. And I love your sunflowers. Heather always has really good ideas and we'll kind of map it out and I'll throw in something can we do this? Or this is what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Well, the sunflowers are Kansas enough, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas as fuck.
Sir.
Only I can't put that on. Jesus, I can't put that shit on my T-shirts.
Right.
Kansas fuck, yeah, I'm sorry. You can do Kansas as heck.
I've got the T-shirt Kansas as fuck, and I want to wear it and everything, but I can't wear it out.
Yeah, I've got those
because at any moment I might run into a student, and then that would just it'd screw everything up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a pig face T-shirt up in my closet. The back of it says "Eat shit, you fucking redneck."
Right.
My wife even told me when I ordered it, and she's like, "You're never going to be able to wear that." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll fucking wear it.
Yeah, I want to fucking wear it."
It's in mint condition because
exactly. Are you guys familiar with the band?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the band Troglodyte from Kansas City?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so bought a shirt at one of their shows, and on the back, it's basically Bigfoot on the front, the frontal picture, and then he's also on the back, and it's basically he's taking a giant dump in the forest, and it says, and the text is, "In my shit, you will be entombed."
Oh my God!
And I bought that thinking I'm going to wear this everywhere,
every day.
Yeah, and another mint condition T-shirt. I'll say that.
Yes. Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
I did during my 20s. I wore the shit out of my Soundgarden "Louder Than Love" T-shirt.
Sure.
And it says "Total Fucking Godhead" on the back.
It's a great shirt.
Oh, it really is. I think my mom moved, and I don't know what happened to that T-shirt. It was probably not going to last much longer anyway.
What's the controversial? I'm not familiar then. And what's the controversial thing about
it's like the cover from "Louder Than Love" on the front.
Yeah, the freaky face.
The classic Chris Cornell throwing his hair with a microphone, and then on the back it says,
familiar with that.
It says "Total Fucking Godhead" on the back.
Oh,
right.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have kids or anything, so I guess I can't. But it sounds like a sick ass T-shirt to me.
And it's not my kids I worry about. I'll wear my pig face shirt around the house, for PJs all the time. But yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, I teach too, so I've got the same problem.
Right on.
Yeah. So same problem. I'm glad I don't live in the same town that I teach. That's a blessing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But they still come here because we're kind of the bigger town. Columbia's kind of the bigger town than Jefferson City.
Yeah.
So they might be out and about. You never know. But I can't wear a shirt that says "Eat shit, you fucking redneck."
Oh my God.
It's like the Beastie Boys shirt for the License to Ill tour that said Beastie Boys on the front with yellow, and then I think it said on the back, "Get off my dick" or whatever.
Right.
Everyone just put the next day, everyone's wearing their shirts to school. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I was at the show. It was on a weeknight. But there was a lot of duct tape on that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a friend who was sent home for wearing a throat coat cult shirt. It said "Cooler Than Jesus" on the back of it, which I thought,
Wow.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No.
Not at all.
Well,
I'm sure that was back in the day though.
What was the Nirvana shirt? Was the crack smoking, Satan worshiping something?
Yeah. Mhm.
I haven't seen that. That's awesome.
That was another popular one.
Yeah, it has a few more in there. I forget what they are, but
yeah. I have a Bob Wayne shirt that is a variation of that. That's way worse. So
Yeah. God, I've always wondered about bands, who do that, and just even the name of their band and stuff. Not to push it way over the top, but I mean, there's hardcore bands like Anal Cunt.
Yeah.
Infant Annihilator.
Right. How do you come up with that and think,
Well, that alone is why it will sell.
Right.
You're
in a niche market, I suppose, but you're never going to get, even Big Black, there's songs about fucking.
No, really? Yeah. No shit.
It's a great album too. Excellent album.
I still have that sticker that I've never put on anything because I'm I want to put it on my car, but I can't.
Right.
So I just still have it.
Oh my God. Cody, do you know that you're 3 years older than my daughter?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Cody, are you 20? Are you 27 now?
I just turned 27.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I turned 27 on July 27th.
Oh, holy shit.
And how fitting during a pandemic. Please make it through. Please make it through the 27 year.
Oh my God, Liz, I did not even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Anyway, you guys just heard me not being in the band anymore.
Yeah.
People are going to take shifts watching out for you for a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
He's got Cody tonight.
Yep. Stay away from bathtubs, ham sandwiches,
Yes.
heroin,
Shotguns. Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney Love.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Courtney Love.
Yeah.
Mama Cass, stay away from
Cody, this is a precarious year.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm gonna send you a rabbit's foot or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hang out in your guest house by yourself.
Right.
My Guest House. Can we have a song called My Guest House?
No, but we should.
we really should. And that's a great thing. Living in Lawrence, being a college town, when everybody moves out at the end of July, towards the last week of July, if you live in an apartment complex, there are all sorts of empty apartments where the guys just leave the door open, and that can honestly be your guest house for a week.
Management isn't going to check for a solid week.
They're not. I mean, you walk by and the door is 3 days. That door's still open.
Yeah, we're staring at one of those doors right now.
It's in Lawrence, Kansas, you can live rent free for the last week of July at the very least.
Yeah, that's true.
You might have to move around the rest of the year, but
it is fucking havoc on moving weekend. I guess that's literally this weekend right now is moving weekend.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, living in a college town. That was when I looked for furniture, if I needed some.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's going to get rid of a good couch.
Yeah.
Crazy what these kids are throwing the fuck away, dude. It's just insane. Some people just live in an entirely different world than we do, you know?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, parents pay for everything. Even Mizzou here, there's they have an auction once a year.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, just people fucking walking away from things like laptops and being like, we're going to start the bidding at $1. I mean, you never get away with a pet peeve.
Whoa.
You never get away with a pet
idea,
peeve.
That's crazy.
That's a really good idea.
Does the money go to the school?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
And it's literally like, privileged kids leaving shit behind that they don't care about. And they've gone home.
I don't want to take this with me anymore. Like,
right. Oh, that's
a year and a half old.
That's so heavy.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like mini fridges and shit.
Yeah. Speaking of privileged kids, so I live very close to KU, and I was just sitting out on my porch, on my front porch, and I watched 3 carloads of dudes pull up. There's a party, right? Mm-hmm. And oh my God, serious. The poor guys, they were like, like there'd be a carload of a dude. Carload of dude, right? Four dudes in the car. Four dudes in the car. 2 of them have masks. 2 of them don't.
Right.
What did the 2 dudes with the masks do?
Right.
Right?
Like, you guys should really be more responsible. Okay, shots! Like,
right. So, yeah. So what did they do? I watched them. They stuffed them in their pockets.
Wow.
And went on. And I'm like, hello, we've got 20,000 people about to enter our town right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the
20,000 of these motherfuckers.
Right.
Yeah. 20,000 of those motherfuckers. That's exactly right.
I get so salty every fucking fall.
Yeah. Well, you got to have them when you go to the liquor store, bro. So it's like, that's what they're there for. It's all we give a shit about.
That's why we have like 40 fucking liquor stores in this town.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Easily, like literally 40.
Oh, yeah.
They actually threw away rolls of toilet paper this year. That's like actually happened.
No.
See, I wonder how this is actually affecting like the checking of fake IDs with everybody having to wear masks.
Oh, that's an interesting point.
Like that.
Well, kids have been like throwing on masks and doing like old woman or old man makeup in order to get like booze and
dressing
cigarettes
like
and shit.
grandmas to go
I just
get
imagine
booze.
like groups of freshmen hanging around like, all right, who's got the oldest eyes?
Right.
Yeah. Everyone come gaze into my eyes.
I can tell you here in Columbia, and I don't want to name names because I'm all about like freedom, but there's a liquor store here where you can literally order, you just call in your order, you give them a debit card.
Damn.
And you're just like, okay, I need this. It's got to be like over $40 or whatever, but you order your liquor, have it sent to your house. You just leave payment or pay over the phone on the porch. You leave a note that just says, I'm social distancing. Thank you. And they just drop off your fucking liquor. Nobody checks the
Oh.
So literally, all you need is just like a debit card, which you can get at 18.
Yeah.
Surely there's got to be some kids in town who are just like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wouldn't you think like just like with the nervousness of being like 17 years old and trying to pull that off, you wouldn't like totally over explain in your letter?
No.
Yeah.
Or, of course, when you're somebody like me, too, you're like calling, you're like, yeah, I need, 57.
My back hurts. The factory shut down.
Like, thank you, young man delivery driver. I am a 94-year-old World War II veteran who appreciates you dropping this liquor off at my front porch without checking my identification.
Or even
Order dumb stuff because it's like, when you were trying to drink, or
like Boone's Farm and Goldschlager.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't know what to order. And for me, it would be like probably whatever I heard my parents talking about, which would or something from like the 40s. I'd be trying to order that Harvey Weinstein, and they'd be like, "What?
Fucking what?
Do you have any Mad Hot?
Yeah.
Exactly."
Yeah.
I'll take that to go the other way. What's the new one? The White Claw shit. What's the new shit that everybody's drinking now?
Oh, White Claw, yeah, and Truly's and shit.
Truly's, yeah.
God, gross.
Right.
I need 2 handles of Popov to make some bunch punch, young man.
Oh my God, John, you need to be a fucking voice actor. That was amazing.
Yes, that was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like some Canadian mist. I'd probably order that. I like I don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Kahlua. Yeah.
We're fucking killing Heather right now.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
We're going to put together a laugh track.
So are we talking about things you want us to talk about, or do you have questions for us?
Kind of how it is. Yeah. So I hear you guys have a band.
Yeah, we got a band.
Yeah, we kind of do that. We do that.
Matt's actually at my house holding me at gunpoint, so I was hoping we'd do the video chat so I could blink SOS.
Yeah.
Oh God, Cody, yeah.
I guess I can.
We had a cool practice. What was that, last weekend where we did it outside?
We did it on the back porch. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing like an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
I have a couple congas, and Heather has an acoustic guitar, so we're kind of like stripping everything back. Yeah, I'm just trying not to just judge people immediately. Even if I see like a fucking MAGA hat or something, like I'm trying not to judge them immediately, at least like the whole way.
Right.
It's hard. There's
Boy, that's hard.
I have an idea to just start like a fundraiser to pay to have a bunch of MAGA masks made, just for the hope that maybe they'd wear them. If you could just pass those out.
It's been going on.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot. Like I saw this video like literally a couple hours ago of like this big like mass printing machine printing MAGA mask. It was just in like on this like whatever right wing Facebook page, and there's like a fucking ton of likes, comments. So I think Trump being seen or whatever in a mask is actually changing the way they do it.
Yeah, just the glance at it. Yeah, but still the idiocy. Oh my God! Yeah. And that's one thing that I really have to try and be patient with people with, and I'm not succeeding very well at all because it just it pisses me off. And people will, and I've been pointing this out, will simultaneously argue, oh my God, this virus is a hoax.
Yeah.
Then hydrochloro, what the fuck? We'll fix it. It'll cure the hoax.
We'll fix it, yeah.
Right.
The hoax, but if you want to fix the hoax.
Yeah.
We need to do like a MAGA-themed demon sperm bukkake video.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Sorry, Liz.
Here come the eye rolls.
This is when you mute my track.
Cody, how many drummers has Vedettes have?
Aww. Keyword had.
Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Minnie before Cody. MBC.
Yeah. There was a news story about sperm, like a legitimate news story about sperm yesterday.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
Go on.
And not just any old sperm.
I love how it's like the sausage party. No, I'm just kidding.
This is a very phallic podcast so far, and I did not expect that.
Freedom Tower.
Freedom
Tower. Freedom Tower.
No, this was all over the internet yesterday. We found out that sperm don't swim the way that we thought they did. Like their tails just wagging back and forth, but they apparently like spiral like otters.
Oh, that's cool.
When they swim, and it's like they were links to like the Fibonacci sequence and everything.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Everything is.
My thinking on that is, why did we not know that before?
Yeah.
I mean, can you not look into a microscope and see that?
Well, they're little.
No.
They're just little.
I know they're little. I get the whole.
From what I heard, I guess this guy who made this discovery was like, it's so many things that we're taking for granted. He's just like, for years I looked at videos of these and it's like, this sperm looks like it's just like flailing and dying, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not doing well. And now we have the capability to look at like fluids in a microscope or, as these things can be active and everything else. But they've just discovered this, I guess, because they've just taken for granted for years that that's how it works.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's kind of funny how much of this stuff, basing in science and everything else,
I would say we're too comfortable in our own reality and we just accept that everything is the way, and it's just not, we're so wrong about like pretty much everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So all of our little sex ed videos from like the 50s that we had to watch, those are all wrong?
Yeah, like if you can imagine that.
Yep.
But anything that we're seeing, because they're so small, is going to be like blown up on a screen of some sort, so you're only seeing a 2D image of it.
It's something they said.
Ooh, yeah, you wouldn't even be able to notice the spiral.
Right, and it's new technology. They're only able to mention this, but I mean, it was kind of the fact that nobody was looking into it or nobody reanalyzed it or anything.
Yeah.
So it's nothing as gross as bukkake, but
so instead of just going back and forth.
Right, like a dolphin's tail.
Right. Now they go in a spiral? Is that what you're telling me?
Now we know they do.
Now we know it. They always have. Yeah, they were like, oh shit, they're watching. Let's pull out our tricks. They were like, hey, do a backstroke.
Ben, shut up, by the way. God damn it, dude. Just like taking over the whole thing.
It's entirely too much. I know. Everywhere I go, I hear the same thing.
It's okay. I work with John. So.
Is this the way that things go, or are we? Is this okay, or
this is how it is? There's a reason we call it undetermined.
Oh shoot!
Right.
It's just going to go wherever the fuck it's going to go. And like last week, we talked to Steve Albini. You think we talked about Nirvana? No, we didn't talk about that shit. We just talked.
Oh yeah,
right on. How was the old dude? Was he all right?
He was pretty cool.
Okay, good.
What's funny is it's probably the one with the like world-renowned audio engineer is the one that has like the shittiest audio quality of just about any episode that we've done.
That's fitting.
John had the wrong mic turned on.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect.
Oh God, that just kills me.
His computer microphone instead of his USB, he had the wrong one turned on.
Yeah.
Steve couldn't get on Zencaster or the other program that we use, so we just had to go to Skype, and that automatically doesn't sound as good. And it was just his laptop in his studio, and you could hear like a fan blowing in the background. And
oh shoot,
that's excellent.
Wow.
That's great.
But honestly, it was like kind of a relief for me because I was the guy that was going to edit it. And I would have worried, like, oh, my God, I am editing something for, like, one of the greatest engineers in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And when that happened, I'm like, it can't be salvaged. There's just no, fixing this the way I would want it fixed. So I just let it go. And that was nice.
I took my freshman in college, my first spring break ever, to Chicago so I could go to Pravda and Wax Tracks.
Right.
Yeah.
The Wax Tracks.
Yeah, the pilgrimage.
Yeah. The Wax Tracks pilgrimage.
And I think I met Albini at the Outhouse in '89. I think it was when the Rape Man tour.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yep.
That fucking band name, man,
was not a great choice.
God,
man,
terrible.
He has said in other interviews, well, he just said with Coda Neutron, he was talking to him that he was like, it's one of his biggest regrets.
Yeah.
And said that he's surprised that he hasn't been called out more on it. And he deserves to be called out on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Liz.
Yes.
I want you to talk about women in rock that you admire and love. Go.
The first person that came to mind would be Jennifer Finch of L7.
Nice.
I love L7, yeah.
I love her. I like Sean from White Zombie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's so many. I don't know. Of course, those are bass players, but Bianca from Betty Blowtorch.
Yes.
She was super special to me. I used to go see them at the Bottleneck, and there'd be like 2 or 3 people there, and we would always talk, and she would always say, keep playing. Her goodbye every time I saw her was keep playing. So,
dude, Liz, you have some of the most fucking epic stories. Liz just for a second went and grabbed in the bag and pulled out that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, dude. I just posted the other day. Liz showed me her white screaming trees. What is it, a 7-inch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Sub Pop single.
Dude, she pulled it out of the original fucking UPS packaging, dude.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
That blew my mind, dude.
No, that's one thing that I struggle with, and Heather and I have this conversation a lot, is I really like a lot of I'm like a 90s kid.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So much good music, and I didn't even start playing until, I don't know, 98, 99 maybe.
Right on.
My goal was to play my first show before I turned 30, and I played my first show 9 days after I turned 30.
Nice.
So, a late bloomer, but I guess the point is that all those bands in the 90s, and I know there's, labels and marketing and media and who got noticed and pushed to the front. I get that, but it was cool because I was like, there's so many bands and like, it's all the stuff that I got into. And one thing that I struggle with right now is, there was Kitty on the new metal scene, and I love them, and Manhole and Turistan, all that. But it sucks because I just feel like, where is that now? You know, it was kind of like all the 90s bands that were like all the rocker girls, and then it went into the 2000s and then like nothing.
Right.
I mean, even locally in our scene, that's a thing for Vedettes, is like, I always want to find our, brother and sister bands.
Right.
I've always wanted to find these bands where there are other women playing heavy music that we can kind of like, bond with.
Exactly.
Because I've always supported any girl, woman, any person that identified in that way to play heavy music. And we definitely, I feel like there's this weird empty space with, those people playing heavy music. And it's really hard. I miss it a lot.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one other band in town that's like heavy and like has women.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Oxford Remedy, but they're not really heavy. I'm trying to think of one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like when we get asked to play shows, it's that we're really more paired by gender than we are by musical style sometimes.
Oh, hell yeah.
We are now. And I always try to find like the balance. Like, what is it? Because I've been like the, and Heather can identify with this. It's like, I've been the only woman,
right?
Girl or whatever in a band with all dudes playing heavy music. And so then you're going to play with every dude band that plays heavy music. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like to play with my friends. I like it when I know people on the bill. I like to play for like cool bands that I love. I don't want to play with jerks. That goes back to like the asshole
No
thing we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But it is weird right now because we get paired with a lot of bands where if there are girls in the band, women in the band, then we get to play with them. And it's like, it's not a good fit most of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, just the few shows I've played with, that totally resonates.
If there were not women in our band, we would not have been asked to play this show, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where like if these two bands were all male, they like no one would have seen this band and thought, oh, these people should open for them.
Yeah.
And that hurts my feelings, honestly.
Definitely. I could see how it would. Yeah.
Well, it's like when you've been, and it's such a weird thing because we play heavier music.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bizarre because they don't know what to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, there's a little bit of like ageism.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've like turned I've turned away from that for so long, but I had to admit that it's a thing. And I don't know, it's hard.
Sure.
We'll play with anyone, but yeah.
It's not to say that we haven't played, the type of shows that are befitting to a band that plays the type of music as us. It happens, but it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like 1 out of 3 shows that we get asked to do, like actually, feel like shows that we should have anything to do with.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big portion.
Well, and it's interesting too, bringing up punk rock, and just when you're thinking about female acts associated with that, I'm sure there's plenty of that going around with sexism, plenty of that going around with marketing, but there was also, I guess I'm just thinking of artists like Dinah Cancer, for example, from 45 Grave, or like just thinking about the Cramps, or thinking about...
There's a band in KC called The Bad Ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking great. And like legitimately heavy.
Right. And it's like, those females are like Danielle Stamp, who in Guar and things like that. They brought an element to it that, even though they were marketing, the girls in the fishnets and all that shit. I mean, that was all part of it. But they brought something to the dynamic of the music.
Yeah.
That was important too. And I think that a lot of people were listening to the music before they ever saw the acts or before they ever saw the posters or anything else like that.
Yeah.
L7's a distinct sound. It's a great band. I don't care what kind of genitals they have.
Were you guys at the Truman for the L7 show?
No, I wasn't at Truman. No, but I did see them open for Marilyn Manson. Oh God, I don't know what year that was.
Yeah, I was at that in Springfield.
Yeah.
Wow.
90 something.
It's a good show.
It's cool.
Yeah, I saw them with Beastie Boys and House of Pain at Memorial Hall. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Wow.
God damn.
I wonder how that came together.
That was before you were born, Cody. So
Yeah.
The bottleneck
Cody.
show was pretty good. Yeah, I think I've seen L7 with all of their bass players. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
The same with Nashville Pussy. I've seen them with all of their bass players.
Yep. Nashville Pussy, another good example.
Yeah, well, I've seen Vedettes with all of their bass players, so cool.
all their drummers and
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I have seen all of your drummers. No, that's not true. Because didn't you guys play with dude from They Watch Us from the Moon for a while?
Well, no, but in Honey Baby we did, which
Oh,
was
okay.
yeah.
long
Then I
time
might have
ago.
seen all your drummers. Then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you probably have.
Man, Dave Melody was so good. He was a great fit for you guys.
Stop, Cody. Fuck.
He's so good. Whatever.
you guys remember Frog Pond?
Yes, I love them.
Somebody just said Frog Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frog Pond. I love them.
As somebody was asking the other day, like, I think it was Mikey Dye was asking, like, who have you seen the most live ever?
Mm,
And I was like,
I remember that.
yeah. And I commented, Ice Cube is who it is.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Wow.
And it's mainly because of the rap rock era. Like I was like 13 years old. I went to go see, I love this feather in my cap, but I went to go see NWA and Eazy-E when I was like 13.
Wow.
Yeah. The other one was seeing things where you're talking about, like, putting yourself maybe in a potentially dangerous situation.
Right.
I was 13 years old. I was one of the only white people there. Me and another kid who was also 13 years old and got dropped off by her parents, and we totally
To
duped them.
see NWA.
See NWA and Eazy-E.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But they were like, parents didn't know who they were at that
they had
time.
no idea. They had no idea what they were dropping us off
Because
for.
you wouldn't have been there if they
Yeah,
did.
and we told them just like, "Oh, drop us off here." We walked like 3 blocks to go, And I think one of the big things was like Dre was even talking like back in the day. He was like, "We're making sure that we're playing like, to some neighborhoods where music doesn't necessarily get to and everything else like that." So
Yeah.
it was in Peoria, Illinois, in a pretty rough neighborhood. But
Good thing they did.
Wow.
It made them iconic. That's like a brilliant PR move.
it was, and it was a great show, and nothing happened. Didn't have an incident. Everybody's very nice to us, and
Fuck yeah, man.
and everything else. It was a great fucking time. But the funny thing was, it was just like Ice Cube kept opening up for like everybody, like during that rap rock era. It's like, yeah, Ice Cube. It's like I didn't even know he was playing half the time. So I saw Ice Cube something like 7 or 8 times.
Wow. I just saw him once, and I think that was a Lollapalooza or something.
Yeah,
We saw Ice-T on Lollapalooza.
yeah, saw him too.
Yes, and I saw him at Liberty Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Ice-T or Ice Cube?
Ice-T with like Eye to Eye. I think it was like it was weird. It was like sponsored, I think like MTV 120 Minutes. And I think that was the night before they did that secret show at the Outhouse, which I did not get to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a body count show or an Ice-T show?
Body count.
Oh,
yeah.
You told me about this show. Yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe Matt Chamberlain's mine after talking to him last week. He's been with so many different artists. I bet you
Yeah, dude.
I've seen him several times that I didn't even realize he was on the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and like Matt Freeze. Matt Freeze just plays with fucking everyone, dude.
Josh Freeze.
Or my bad. I'm like 5 beers deep right now since we started this.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I got my internet got cut off. We were talking to Matt Chamberlain, and just like at the end, and we were talking, and they brought up Billy Goat.
I love Billy Goat.
Yeah,
Billy Goat.
he brought up the singer Billy Goat, which I didn't recognize the name, and then my internet got cut off, and I was like, how the fuck do I know that? And I was like, oh, that's Tree Frog from Billy Goat. Matt was still on with him, but yeah, didn't you say that he said that he just started that?
He was like, he found it. Yeah. He started Billy Goat.
Yeah,
Wow.
those were some crazy fucking shows too.
Yeah. I emailed him back. I'm like, I was just wondering if I saw you at any of those shows that I've seen Billy Goat.
Sure.
And I was just like, there are some things that can't be unseen. Because there were,
Yeah.
I have seen some things at a Billy Goat show that I have not
Yep.
seen everywhere else.
That goes down as previously unsaid sentences.
Yes.
Oh, Cody doesn't know anything about Billy Goat.
I actually don't know anything about anything.
Just not Billy Goat.
The last time I saw them was on a flatbed truck, like in downtown Lawrence.
Right.
I think it was like at a sandbar. There was like some party and they had a flatbed truck that like blocked off the street or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People mock making love to vegetables and all sorts of things.
Right.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Yeah.
Yep. Whoa. Oh. Yep. I've got it in my head now.
Yeah. Chef. Yep. Good times.
Was it Freedom Tower? Vegetable penis.
Freedom Tower. Sausage fat.
Brought to you by New Balance.
That makes me think of the old SNL skit with what was it? Jason Sudeikis was on it. Massengill.
Oh.
Isn't Jason Sudeikis like from here or something? Kansas City?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep.
Huh.
I think so. Him and like Paul Rudd.
Yes, both of them. I think Jason Sudeikis went to the other high school, not mine.
In Casey.
I went to Shawnee Mission North. I think you went to like Shawnee Mission South or something.
How old is he?
He's like my age.
He's 27 like me.
27. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a very dangerous year for him.
Yeah.
I have something. You kind of, as a group, decide what you want to do, like during all of this, and what your agreement is. And it's hard to like watch venues, like places that you played a ton, all have different rules and are trying to like step back in slowly or not. And then watching the bands do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really hard because you want to be, you think about solidarity, and I understand that people that do things for a living have to try to figure out a way to make a living. I completely understand that. So those of us that have steady income from our day job or whatever, I mean, we can kind of hang back, but it's a hard time right now because people that I've known forever, we have differing opinions.
Right.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be patient.
A lot of us are like at each other's throats right now, especially recently.
Yeah.
It's like watching a community and throughout the years, there's always a thing about like, Topeka bands sometimes don't get some love in Lawrence when they're trying to book shows historically. And then I've always felt like Lawrence and in Kansas City, we're kind of all the same community, but now
not so much.
We live in different cities, counties, states, and we're all looking for leadership. We're all looking for some person to say, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And it's pitting venues against venues, bands against bands.
Yep.
And we're all just trying to survive. It's crazy.
Dude, Liz is so fucking smart. God damn. That blew my mind. I had not thought about it that way.
And it's exactly the crux of what it comes down to. I agree 100%. It's the lack of leadership, the lack of guidance.
Yeah.
The lack of anybody taking any responsibility. In a lot of ways, that's just trying to pass the buck on not trying to accept responsibility for anything or litigation or anything else that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it leaves you holding the bill. And that's what's bullshit about it, is the fact that we can't, it's like essential versus non-essential. What do these things mean?
Right.
What do they mean for somebody who's getting paid for a performance like that? Even if it's an intimate performance, is it essential to their job?
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. I think everything from schools reopening to everything else, we just don't have the leadership we need. We don't have the guidance we need.
Yeah.
And that should be guided by science, right? Not by opinion.
Right.
I agree, but that's sadly not the world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
It's logic versus ideology right now, and they're at loggerheads.
Yeah.
And I swear it depends on who it's coming from.
Yeah.
If you're an educated liberal elite, you're a fucking asshole. I hate you. I'm going to disagree with you no matter what.
Yeah, immediately. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And guess what? Sorry, they're right a lot of the time. I know that pisses you off, and that's why they get pissed off. These fucking smug assholes think they know it all, and then they do.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
But it's just, and like And like service industry people are like family because, it's like we play bars and those are all of our friends. A lot of those people are in bands and it sucks.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get by. And, like literally when you can bring in a pizza to a bar to keep it open,
yeah,
it's tough.
They're just trying to do what they can. Because like a lot of bars are like staying open. So if they are not comfortable with going back, if they refuse to go back, then they can't get unemployment.
Right.
Because they just refused occupation.
Yeah, how fucked up is that?
It's fucked up. Then they're like kind of like literally kind of forced into doing this because it's either that or you have no money at all. No income.
Yep.
I can't imagine the lawsuits that are coming out of this at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those that are brewing even right now.
Yeah.
I went to go get beer and they had like signs up. It was like, we may not have a lot of stuff because some breweries are not doing stuff.
Well, there's like an aluminum shortage, I guess.
Dude, this country doesn't have 50 fucking years left. Seriously.
Oh my God.
First time we have to deal with something real.
No, fuck no.
We crumble. Like, please.
No.
What's the aluminum shortage thing?
I guess what it is like a lot of bars like had kegs, so they were like selling off their kegs or whatever. But I guess a lot of it is instead of like craft breweries and stuff, it's like we can't waste the beer, we have to can it.
Oh.
And they're also trying to survive by, the beer that you would get at the brewery, like when you walk into a bar and have it like on keg, on tap or whatever, they're having to can it
I see.
to get it out the door.
Yeah.
So I guess there's like an aluminum shortage, I heard.
That makes sense.
And the funny thing is, it's like so many people have upped their drinking to a crazy amount since this pandemic.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to hit the raise my hand thing again.
Yeah. Not be paid, we're up there.
But
we're
yet
trying.
the alcohol industry, I guess, is still suffering because of the shutdown of bars. And just like how much that really impacts, the consumption is.
I mean, liquor stores were deemed essential in the very beginning.
Right.
Yeah. I think that just says a lot.
Yeah.
So this is my thinking about that. When we go to bars as musicians, it's not about just drinking.
Right.
For musicians, it's about
social interaction and networking and
all of that.
It's so much shit, yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. I think I do. Yeah, it's all part of it, and just kind of like that was brought up, just how can something like a liquor store be deemed something that's a necessity or an essential business when there's so many more aspects to something like a live performance that benefit a community a lot more than just somebody going out and grabbing a bottle of whiskey, coming back home and getting hammered.
Right.
The art element, the communal element, all those things, like, well, that's not essential.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And you could make the argument, and I know a lot of fundamentalists would never go for it, but it's fucking true, is that's church for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For a lot of people.
We're finding out now that, people are going the fuck off because they don't have the outlet,
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it's the church, it's the therapy,
Right.
We don't have that. It's just gone.
Yeah.
That like really struck a chord with me, Matt. Like that shit tears me the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it tears up all of us, man.
Yeah.
You see it. You see it from musicians, and you see it from people that just love music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only reason it doesn't make me furious is just keeping it out of my mind, because if I thought about it too much.
You quickly realize the difference between like playing at home, practicing with your band, and then like the live shows. It's like all of a sudden you're like, something's completely missing. Like that's, and it's your community and seeing people, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's officially been a long fucking time since I've ever seen a band play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long time. And it's looking pretty bleak on it happening.
Yeah. Since
at full capacity again.
Since I started playing, I've only had one other break other than this one, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
The best thing that came from that is my dog.
Facts, dude.
Yeah, this is the longest I've gone without playing in my entire life since I started.
Right on.
I just miss everybody. This sucks.
We're going to plug a couple Morrissey tracks in here just to cheer ourselves up.
No! Oh my God, no.
Oh, Heather, oh my God.
Girlfriend in a coma.
Yeah. Heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Yes.
Oh my God.
My wife hates when I sing like Morrissey, or I try to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good for her.
I gotta say, I'm not into it either.
I will say How Soon Is Now is one of my favorite songs.
That's a great song.
I remember like getting to watch like my, growing up, we had the main TV and then we had like the TV in my parents' bedroom with like a little black and white TV. And I remember seeing that video for How Soon Is Now and like getting on my phone and calling like everybody. Like, look at MTV right now. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Johnny Marr guitar can't top it.
I was into Morrissey a lot in The Cure. And I think that was kind of a Midwestern disposition, even as like a young skater.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't tell my friends that that's what I liked, but that was all I had access to,
Mm-hmm.
We were just, I was over at Ben's house the other day, me, Ben, Mark, and Liz, and I brought up the Deftones does, I didn't know it was a cover, but If Only Tonight We Could Sleep.
Yep.
And apparently that's The Cure.
Yeah.
And Mark then put on that album, and it was like, and I've never gotten into The Cure, and I was like kind of into it.
Yeah.
We should do another one with like a trivia round or like a...
Would you rather?
Yeah.
What's your favorite would you rather question? I have one.
Oh my God.
Would you rather be born with a head the size of a watermelon or the size of an orange?
Oh my God.
What?
For the rest of your life, you have to have a head that's the size of a watermelon or the size of an orange.
Wait, so
This is,
am I reborn?
No.
Well, it depends on what my body looks like.
Let's say,
Yeah.
okay, let's put it this way. You are who you are now, but you've lived your life thus far with a head the size of a watermelon or the size of an
Without
orange.
having actually experienced
With
it,
no-
or they're my memories.
Right.
I
No,
think melon head is probably a no.
like no cognitive function
orange?
deficits or advantages or anything else like that. Just
Okay.
just simply the size of your fucking
Good
Melon.
Lord.
I guess it wouldn't matter. I'll just pick one. I guess orange. It doesn't matter. If I'm me, it is like, whatever.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought, I mean, you're not going to be very attractive either way.
Yeah. Speak for yourself,
so
brother.
let's look at the idea as though what you have to support up there, because I think a watermelon will be exhausting.
Yeah, because when you get older,
But you
When
might
you get
build up neck
older-
muscles, right?
Yeah.
You might.
yeah.
You'd look like the guy from Slipknot. Have you ever seen his neck? It's fucking. It's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
Crazy.
Which guy? Hello, Cody.
The-
Which guy? There are like 10 of them.
That's a fair. The singer guy,
Right.
Corey, is that his name?
Corey Taylor.
I actually
Yeah.
met
Corey
him.
Taylor?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
met him outside of the Granada when he was doing a solo tour or whatever.
Mhm.
He played the
Oh.
Granada. I was just drinking at fucking Louise's, and I went to go order more beer before going to the back porch again, and looked over and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking Corey Taylor, I guess."
Yeah. Mhm.
And I just walked over and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then walked back. It was weird and cool.
Yeah. Fun story. Ben and I went up to Des Moines to see Slipknot at Harry Mary's.
Mhm.
And it was the night before they went out on their first Ozfest.
Oh, Ben's told me this.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we went to an Italian restaurant to eat pasta, I guess. And Mick was there with his girlfriend.
Nice.
And what was the cool thing was Ben and I had no money whatsoever. So we shared the cheapest thing on the menu. But what was cool is his girlfriend, Mick's girlfriend at the time, was like, "Yeah, I gotta get home to do all of his laundry and help him pack for the tour." And she had this little silver lunchbox. So it was like a little metal lunchbox, and it was all silver, but she had a Slipknot sticker on it. And she was like, "Look, this is my Slipknot lunchbox." And I was like, "This is amazing." What's crazy is they started making them a year to
After
2
you
years
said it was
after that.
awesome.
And I have a friend that has one. So I was like, yeah, you got your Slipknot lunchbox.
That's crazy.
But that was like, to me, the most positive thing out of that is like, there actually is a Slipknot lunchbox.
Yeah.
Like, she made it, like, it happened.
Good job, Liz.
Anyway,
Right.
yeah. No, that's amazing. It was a fun story.
That's crazy.
It's a great story.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, because it's kind of complicated. So,
yes.
Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, like you're 5 and you know everything that you know up to this point, or know now everything your future self will learn or will know?
Ooh.
I would choose 5, I think.
Yeah. Seems like you get a big jump on shit, doesn't it? Like, you know.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I would be 5 because then I would like own a bar / venue.
Yeah. I mean, you could like
now that's kind of complicated given the pandemic. That's a little, but then I would have been like, oh,
yeah,
I will store away 3 years of operating monies.
Right.
If you could see into the future, though, you could see how the pandemic turns out and then make business decisions
but it's only up to today. But it's only up to today. Right. You don't know how the pandemic ends. But
I'm saying if you're today years old and you know everything you're going to know, then you would know how the pandemic turns out, and then be able to navigate
that. Like my high school guidance counselors never said like. Ben and I talk about this all the time. It's like they should have said, open up a store where you sell toothpaste to people that need to brush their dog's teeth and all these spa services. I mean, who knew that like dog shit would be huge?
Right. Who knew that dog shit would be
huge? That's our semicolon tagline for the
growing up, you had an indoor dog and an outdoor dog because you grew up in the country, and nobody ever talked about you should brush your dog
things, right? Yeah.
Oh no,
and
nobody cared.
They need special harnesses, and they need these like things. You need to clean their ears and all that. It was like none of that, and so guidance counselors in high school should have said, "Open up a dog store."
Right.
All the dog stuff. Ever.
Yeah. Well, it's because they don't know, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, and the thing too is like, if you go back then to what you know now, you could have bought shares in Google, Microsoft.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
On the other hand, with that though, you would also be giving up a lot. If you go back to 5, guess what? You're not going to the bar anymore for another 20 years, or 15 years anyway.
Right. You could also avoid some serious fucking mistakes, man. You could avoid some serious mistakes you made in the future too, everything. Geez.
Right, but you're also giving up. You're also giving up internet, cell phones.
Yeah.
So
I would rather know the future.
Yeah, you're talking to someone with an art history degree. I get you.
So
I got a degree in theater.
Yeah, Matt has a degree in theater.
Do you want to ask any questions about my band?
Is there anything that you feel like we need to know about the band that we haven't asked about?
Yeah, that's a better question. Yep.
Ephemeral is available on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
Hopefully new stuff starts coming out soon. We've got nothing but time.
Good.
Got a new lineup, fresh ideas.
Yes.
Positive outlook.
Anything else, Heather, you want to add?
I love everyone that's on part of this call that I'm on right now.
Me too.
We love you guys. Yeah.
Yep.
This was
had a really good time.
And I can't wait for us all to hang out sometime.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, if everything ever calms down, we should be in a room and do a fucking podcast.
We should. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We can get into some shit there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm down.
We can do that. We've got boards and stuff like that. And
yep. I got a USB mixer.
That would be amazing.
That would be great.
Right. Well, everybody wear a mask, and then maybe someday we can do that.
Yes.
Yep.
We'll just do it out in the yard. Everybody bring a mask and a mic, and
I'm
we'll
not
just
opposed to that. Columbia is a beautiful town. I would love to be back there.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to come here. It's a pretty big house.
Me too. I haven't been there in ages.
Love you guys.
We love you too. Thanks for coming on, guys. We
Love
had a really
you.
good time.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right.
Hey dandies, Matt here. The gang from Vedettes asked if they could do a quick check-in after their episode, and this left John and I asking ourselves, is there such a thing as too much Vedettes? The answer is clearly no. So enjoy the bonus material and check out this great band if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. Here we go.
Now it's showing.
Afraid I can't do that, Matt.
Thank you, Dave.
Wow, the voice is pretty good.
That was pretty right on, yeah.
So, how are you guys doing? We're recording now. We're back on.
Thank you for having us again.
Yeah,
thank you for doing
so
this.
Much.
Yeah. Well, we had a fun time the last time, and we're glad we can actually kind of.
Yeah. That was fun.
Sorry you were on the receiving end.
No. So, how have you guys been?
Like this?
Exactly like this. No, it's I mean,
we played,
getting through it.
We played a show, right? At some point. I don't
Social-
know when that
social
happened.
distance
It
party?
seemed like a year ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we played a party, a friend's
Just
party,
little...
outside in their driveway.
And it's so awkward and it's so weird because you're staying far away from everybody while you're partying with them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we had our own mics and we sanitized stuff and we wore masks and
I tried. It was not. Well, we were like 30 feet. Oh, yes, we did. Yeah, I managed.
But like when we were like,
tough.
Actually playing, but yeah, it was cool. They live like out far away, like over the bridge, and so it was a thing where it was a few people were messaged to come over, and some people came over, and they like had their lawn chair out in the driveway, and so it was pretty cool.
That was awesome. Like the relief was just unexpectedly immeasurable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I knew I would love it, but damn.
Yeah, you kind of show up not knowing what it's going to be, in these times, and like, okay, is everybody going to be cool? And then once you see everybody's being completely cool,
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, people are fucking desperate.
Yeah, I mean,
I would do anything to do shows.
Little human contact,
Right, like
a little bit of live music.
Yeah.
Getting to that point where you feel like, okay, this is safe, and then like, okay, I can just let loose. Yeah, I
It
can
was
see
just
that.
Yeah.
so lucky that everyone was cool, really.
Well, and we knew
that
them
kinda
all
sucks.
too. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Right.
it was a birthday party.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was, they were all people that are in our close circle, and that we knew. So it wasn't a risky.
Yeah, luckily enough, it was a controlled environment. It's one of those things where there were, no wild cards allowed kind of thing. And that's about the way you can do it right now.
That makes a difference. It would make a big difference for me.
Yeah.
There's certainly a way to do it. I mean, it can be done, and that's just the thing you find when cases do get spread of any instances. It is some wild card or it is somebody showing up to a situation like that and they're just not paying attention to the rules and they're, screwing it up for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just nice that none of us were put in the position to like even tell anyone to fuck off. Like
Right.
Right.
Because we're in a new, we went back.
Oh my gosh.
We're in a new shutdown phase. Like we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Effective.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You guys played Sturgis, right?
No,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. What do you think we were talking about?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, what a shit
told
show.
me the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
South
know, but,
Dakota
parties. I hate that we have to honestly we have to qualify all of this with all the COVID talk, even though it's important. But and just to go back to like the feeling, like Cody mentioned, it had been since February that we played a show and played in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I was nervous, but it had been long enough that it didn't feel 100% natural.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once we started playing, it just kicked in and all of the muscle memory
was there. All of it came back. Maybe some excitement for the songs that I hadn't had in a while.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, because we hadn't played them live in so long. The songs kind of felt a little new, even though they're not. It was like, this is great. We get to play. And then just that feeling of playing with your friends and it all fitting in a pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, and that other people are listening, and you kind of like look out and there was one friend who I think had not actually seen us play before, and I watched his jaw drop.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, okay, I'm in my element now. Thanks.
Yeah. My dumb ass was going to play with a fucking mask on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
You lived. You made it.
Dude, Ben pulled triple 50 and had a mask on the entire time.
Yeah, Ben played.
Yeah,
I
played 3 sets that night with a mask on the entire time, and by the time I was done, I was like, I'm going to go to my car and turn the air on and lay down. And please, no one bug me for a while.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Right.
I did too.
Oh, I think we failed to mention that it was like 90 degrees outside.
Yeah,
at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Dude, that first hour, like when Blood Daubers was playing, I'm so lucky I brought water for real. Like, I hit, like, how many hours we got there, and I pissed like one time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And those cats are used to masking up. They've been doing it for a while too. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so it turned out a thing where all 3 bands that were playing that night, first of all, Vedettes, obviously, the people whose place we had it at are a band in town called the Mad Kings. Liz sings in that band. She's a full-time member. I jump in with them once in a while on guitar and stuff like that, but just really good, Texas blues kind of.
Yeah. Actually, you guys are really fucking solid.
Yeah.
And
it was good.
So they did that, and then the Blood Daubers came down, and I just happened to be mixing their album for them.
Oh yeah.
And so I already knew all the songs just because, like, if I hear a song, I can figure it out in 2 minutes kind of thing. And I was like, I'll play y'all set with you. They're like, okay. And they're like, we haven't played in a long time, and it doesn't go really all the time like it does on that album. So just kind of follow along. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Right.
Yeah, I'm friends with Terrence on Facebook, and he he shares a lot of good music and stuff, and got really good taste. Got a good ear for sure. Good player too.
All of the Mad Kings.
Oh God, no!
One podcast. Are there like 40 of you motherfuckers?
Yeah, I would love to hear that. Honestly, I think that I would.
I can bring in a max of 5 streams.
They can share mics, though.
Yeah. Got mics on Randy.
Randy's no mic.
He doesn't need one.
Chorizo. Sorry.
What? Chorizo?
No, that's our drunk test with Randy. Like anytime Randy gets to the point where he has a little trouble talking at night, we're kind of like, just ask him if he wants any chorizo, and if he says chorizo,
then it's gonna be sketchy.
That's how you can tell whether he can drum or not.
Yeah. It works. It's a good system.
Nice.
That's a good test.
Yeah,
you really fucking know that guy.
Yeah.
There's a T-shirt idea in there somewhere.
That's because
my God,
it comes from me going through the Burrito King drive-thru late at night and not being able to say chorizo. And, it took me a couple tries. There was some laughter, so I was like, "That's the test."
Burrito is so fucking used to it. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
I see people riding like razor scooters through the drive-thru and just, like,
wobbling and hitting their heads.
Oh man!
How was the set list? You try to pull out anything new, or you said it was all just to standard stuff, just to get back in the groove?
Me, who's called Kansas? Is that what it's called?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how old that song is though.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much did we did like 6 songs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we didn't try anything new. We're in the last few times we've gotten together and practice. We've just kind of impromptu, I think, probably from just playing the same song so long, we just kind of started into something else. So we've got some recordings of practice jams that seem pretty promising. Like they might turn into something.
Yeah,
nice. Stuff
out of nowhere. There was just like 20 new fucking between Heather and Ben.
Yeah, so we're
lots in our drive, which is very exciting.
so got a lot to pull from.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get back into the swing of it and everything. And, that's it's got to be rough after being I know a lot of people just in entertainment in general that they're like, this is the longest break I've ever had. This is, I've never, in my life, I've ever been there.
Yeah.
So how does that go with the songwriting process? I was curious about that with you all, as far as coming up with new shit or when you wrote.
With me, it always goes in like huge waves. Like I'll like write nothing for months, and then I'll have like, a good like solid 2 weeks of just like, laying down ideas and trying things, and everything just kind of comes out. And then, really the big work is really just in refining that. Like, once you sit down, just kind of like, start jamming on. So like, one of my tricks is always to like put on like some like original series Star Trek.
All right. Interesting.
And just run the guitar through the thing and just pay attention to the show and not pay attention to what I'm playing, and then go back later and listen to it. Usually if anything jumps out at you, you're kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's just like this weird like trance mode I go into apparently while watching Star Trek.
Wow.
That is interesting.
Wow. You guys didn't even know that was an influence.
They're like half the Godzillionaire album was written watching Star Trek.
My process is not quite that amazing.
Yeah.
I write on an acoustic guitar because I am a rhythm player and a lead vocalist, and I'm proud of it. And I cannot do the diddly doos.
Right.
And it's not that I'm not capable of it. It's that I don't care to do it. I love big, thick chords.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to play. And then I want to focus on vocals. So that's why it's such an amazing combination, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what it starts with. I'm usually like in an emotional state for one reason or another. Just, somebody's been an asshole or,
right.
or what, whatever, or I'm feeling dreamy or, or whatever that is. And then I'll just sit, probably sit out on the porch with the guitar. The front porch with the guitar, and then I do vocal lines and guitar chords and structure at the same time. It's difficult for me to take somebody else's structure and put vocals over it. I mean, okay, it's not difficult for me anymore, but it's, it's like,
right.
Yeah, that's not, my process is that the two things come out at the same time. And so then I'll present it something like acoustically to the band, and then they turn it into something amazing with all the sound, and it gets huge. And then that is just about the most wonderful moment in time that there is being there in a practice. And we've done one of two things because we do this, but then we also bring in just like a snippet of an idea, and just a groove or, something, and then start, riffing off of it.
Right.
And so that's the other process that we've been very successful with as well. But then just watching everybody clue into it. And we, Liz and Ben and I played together for 15 years.
Yeah.
So
we're pretty attuned to each other.
We're pretty attuned, and we've been kind of amazed at how Cody just seems to just know what we're thinking.
Yeah.
And so that's
Cody's great.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Where are you?
13 minutes into this.
But there's no, we don't talk, it's not like we're going to talk or discuss. We just pretty much know how we like songs to be structured. And
it's like a love language.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's not describable in words, really,
Right.
It's just hammering it out. It just happens.
Yeah.
You're just chasing a mood.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You've got some time in with Ben, too, so there's probably some familiarity.
Yeah. But even then, when I very first joined Godzillionaire, before we even tried any songs, we just, Ben was like, okay, 6/8. And I was like, okay, cool. And then it was just a whole song. It just happened.
Yeah.
I don't need Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time ever that Cody and I jammed together was in that exact situation. Yeah. And that's where I learned to always record, because we wrote an entire song that I can't fucking remember.
Oh, yeah.
And very first time we got together, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how that's going to work with this guy. Cool.
Well, it's cool, too, because Cody's a guitar player. So, that's rad.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He can play piano really well, actually.
Yeah.
He's giving away all my secrets.
No. That chemistry is important, and I wonder what would happen with John and I if we had some.
Damn.
So,
Now
I don't know. I think
speaking my love language.
Wait, did we just witness you guys break up? Now the turntables.
And we're an old couple. We've been together too long.
we are an old couple. It's not dissimilar to kind of how we do it here. We kind of, I think we have a pretty good feel for each other, and we kind of let those things, how is it going to develop? I don't know, but let's see where it goes. And
you guys are really good with, it seems like, with words and like verbalizing your, I don't know, thoughts, ideas, or whatever. Maybe it's just like I'm really bad at it. I might be able to
You guys talk good.
It was a good word.
All right.
That was a dog.
Wow.
We've got 2 dogs at our feet in here, and they're
Yeah.
Vivi and Woody are both in here, and they're vying for our attention.
We're recording a little early. Mine might be around. I'm sure. Probably will be. Hasn't had its nails clipped in a while here, so you probably hear it in the kitchen. The tick, 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 tick. Yeah. It's needs a COVID makeover.
Well, we had early on, I don't know if you guys caught any of our super early episodes, but we had a dog. She passed last year. She was a sweetie, but she would howl randomly during episodes, and you could hear her.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I love that the world has a record of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, have you heard the podcast My Favorite Murder?
That sounds familiar.
It's like Karen Kilgareth and somebody else. I can't remember the other. It's 2 women. But anyway, one of them has a cat, and like at the end of every episode, the cat's name is Elvis. And it has this like crazy meow. She's like, Elvis, you want a cookie? And it's like, like every episode. Honestly, check out My Favorite Murder.
God.
It's like
All right.
true crime stuff, but they're like extremely enjoyable. One of them's a stand-up. It's
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, at first it was like annoying,
Yeah.
but it got to be endearing.
Yeah, it became a sort of an in-joke with the show, because it was, especially every time Matt lives in Kansas City and lives near a hospital, so it was every time,
like a siren went by, it was
yeah.
That's so cute.
There's the siren first, then here comes Ginger. Yeah.
It didn't matter where in the house you were, you could hear her howling.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, we got a super talky dog.
Yeah.
She's a monkey.
Yeah, she's a monkey.
Yeah, she does. Does her.
Yeah.
She does that, and then she just like it gets like
a gorilla.
no, I mean it gets like slightly more demonic as it goes, and that's why it's
Yeah, it is.
Take the dog outside, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, unsettling. I had a cat like that. We adopted the cat like at the shelter and went there, and it was like meowing really strangely, and we were like, "Oh, that's kind of cute and kind of cool," and then took it home, and then we took it to the vet eventually just to get checked out, and they figured out that it had worms and it had like ear mites. Had ear mites really bad too, and all these parasites. So it took us hundreds of dollars in vet bills just to get it, healthy again. And then once she was, it was like then she meowed normal and lost that. So
you're like, we should give her worms again. That was fun.
That was fun. Doesn't sound funny anymore. Yeah. At least it's not going to die.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
So have you guys had a chance to practice anymore or do any more writing? Anything since the show? Or
social distancing show? Well, I guess we have been doing writing, but not like collectively yet.
Yeah.
We've practiced outside on the porch deck.
We've practiced on the back deck.
We've practiced inside, and we played that like one little show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we've just been collecting the ideas. We've had just the last few weekends have just been crazy. Like we try to get together every Saturday, but it's just been crazy. I'm an elementary teacher, and just the last few weeks have just been nuts trying to get ready for school, which starts on Tuesday. And, we've all had things, but in the meantime, we've been putting things into the ideas into a folder and stuff. Yeah. I cannot wait until the next time we get together. Awesome. It's going to be killer. We are going to record everything we do just in case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
And it's going to be like, you're going to wish you were there.
But you're not gonna.
Yeah.
I would love to be there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to be
Yeah.
anywhere else.
God,
It's like
that'd be nice.
our little group of bands. We kind of like this. No one in our group or our community have like named us, but a guy from Kansas City one time said, "Hey, it's the Lawrence Music Mafia."
Nice.
That kind of just like to whenever he would see us in Kansas City or whenever there's like basically Frank's in North Lawrence. So when that still existed. So it's a thing where we kind of like keep growing this like little community of musicians. So that's kind of what we're doing is doing shows out of the Mad King's compound. And so we talked about like, we don't know how long this is going to last, but at least we can do shows out there and like switch up the lineup.
Yeah. It's almost like a farm. I mean, it's so far out of town that it's almost like a little farm. And and that is funny how the Music Mafia thing stuck. And so now that's like a whole thing. And if you're friends with Scott, then then I'm sure you've seen the Music Mafia posts. And,
Scott is Terrence also.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
So
His name's Scott.
it was kind of a thing where it's like we could get together and play shows. We could like organize bills at Frank's, with each other and just kind of support each other. And then we kind of cross over. And every once in a while, if it was a birthday show, we'd all learn a song and do it all together and
Family
stuff.
jams.
So
we did,
it's just
what
kind
did we do?
kind of
Rolling
keep-
Stones. We did,
was it
Gimme
Dead
Shelter.
Flower? Or, we did Gimme Shelter.
we did Gimme
we do
Shelter
Dead
as a
Flowers too?
whole, as a combination.
Nice.
And then is that what we did that on Scott's birthday night? Where I had straightened my hair and my hair was like all
Is that
straight.
Dead Flowers?
Whoa.
Do we do
Is
that?
that we did Dead Flowers? Yeah. So
Yeah,
we've done
so
Give Me Shelter and Dead
basically it's like-
Flowers.
That was fun. A stun song.
Yeah. So we've thought about it. It's like if this keeps going on, at least we can try to figure out how to do shows with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Mafia.
Mafia.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
everything it entails.
Right. And in the meantime, extract money from local businesses in exchange for protection.
Right.
I'm the one who
Right.
tried to send your blog to
Right.
There you go. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you'll take that job.
Sleeping with the fishes.
I'm too soft for that.
Oh my God.
It's like
I'm the
the
one-
Like to donate to the Freedom Tower Fund.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot about. Oh wow.
Oh my God.
That was a flashback.
Oh wow.
Freedom Tower.
Booze explosion.
Blues explosion.
Can we please have a song called Blues Explosion?
I think we should.
All right. Can we call it John Spencer's Blues Explosion?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's very
And Love Language. That's also going to be a song.
love language.
One
Yeah.
language. I like
Love
that.
Language. That's going to be a song.
Yep.
And it's going to be really loud and heavy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love language.
This goes up a little bit.
Yeah. That's my love language. Loud and heavy. That's
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
Mhm.
Woo.
People think I'm angry when I'm on stage. That's always such a weird
Oh,
thing. Like people
Lord.
will be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm afraid of you," and it's like, "Why are you afraid?" I am in like pure joy right
Yeah.
now.
See,
Well, you're yelling. I've had people say, "You need to stop yelling. You need to sing." It's like, no, I'm singing.
no.
And no, I'm having complete in the moment joy. And
Yeah,
so
see, the right ones
Yeah.
recognize that.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking having a
I think the right ones,
Yeah.
but I think the right ones recognize it as the joy that a lion feels as it's tearing its prey apart.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a little bit of that.
Ooh, that is actually spot on.
No, I'm not. I'm scared of you a lot.
No, you are not.
My favorite thing is when like we play a show and people come up to Heather and they get it. They get all the things. They're like Delia Zedek from like Come and Life School. They like just get it,
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goosebumps stuff.
I'm stuck back in those early 90s.
Me too.
Yeah.
Back when I was two.
And you know what? That's just the way it's going to be. And all of those influences are there and I can't help it.
Well, no, I mean, I can see why people think that. I mean, we talked to Creston Spires before from Harvey Milk, and I just assumed that about him, that I was just like, do you have to get in a really dark place to sing? I mean, because when you hear him wailing, it just sounds like a really brutal, it's like, you must get to a dark place. He's like, nope, that's just, I'm in a good mood really usually when I'm playing.
Right, exactly.
Like if I'm not in a good mood, I wouldn't want to fucking play, I just wouldn't.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just what I hear all the time.
Feel it. Yeah.
Right. He felt the need to explain, like, it's not that I don't give a shit about what I'm doing, but he didn't want to make it sound like I care. I want to sound right. But I'm not like in this horrible, dark, depressed place.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that is so interesting because it's so very true. I was thinking about this. Okay, all right, I'm long-winded. I'll start it here. I have Sirius XM in my car, and I always listen to like CNN and MSNBC. But recently, over the last 2 weeks, I've decided I will not, period, listen to any news. And so when I turn my car on, it's always on the lithium station. And it's just, and it's not the alternative stuff. It's not the stuff that I was really into at that time, but it's the stuff that I've really grown to like. It's going to have the Pearl Jams and the Nirvanas and like Alanis Morissette, that's on there all the time. And Everclear, God, every time I turn on car, it's Everclear.
Whatever was like an heavy rotation on MTV at the time.
Right, exactly. Right. But my point being that like I am a Nirvana fan, and there was a song that was playing as I was driving to work. And I just thought to myself, I was kind of outside of it. And I thought, this sounds so angry. But it's not. It gives me such, like the sound, the way the sounds come together give me such a rush of energy. Yeah. Then I went to Melvin's and I went to Unsane and Unsane, right? Cody's pointing at me, right?
Oh, yeah. We're not pointing at each other.
Yes. And the energy from that music, being in a room where you are absolutely surrounded by sound, like you cannot get away from it. Uh-huh. In fact, when I was pregnant with my daughter, this was many years ago because she's 23. When I was pregnant with my daughter, my band at the time played a show with the Melvins. And when the Melvins played, I was about 7 months pregnant, 7 or 8 months pregnant. When Melvin's played, she actually moved her body all the way over to the side. Whoa. It was bizarre. It was it looked so strange. It felt strange, but it looked weirder. And, it was so weird. But it was when we were in the audience. Yeah. Like, she didn't mind when we were playing on stage that, she's used to that. But it was because the Melvins were so astronomically louder, right? Yeah. That was their super loud stage. Yeah. But that is what is so just engrossing about the music that we play and the shows that we go to, is that you get completely surrounded by sound and it's like, I don't know, it's like sugar. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that sugar to my brain. Oh, I give myself goosebumps. Damn it. Yeah, I know. We will return. There will be a day.
Yeah, there will be a day.
There will be a day. Yeah. And you know what? You better fucking come out and see.
Absolutely.
None of that.
You stay for all 4 minutes.
You stay for all fucking. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll be there.
It's too cold.
We'll be there as soon as we can. I mean, it's
start to like condition at home with the drinking 12 beers and going to bed at 2:00 and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Training. I have to go back.
Training. Training. Yeah. We got to stay up till 2, not 9:30. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, no kidding. Do a montage. Don't do. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Where do you guys live?
I'm in enemy territory. I'm in Colombia. I'm in Como.
Oh,
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Well, okay. To each his own.
Yeah.
I'm in KC.
Oh, you are in KC. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the back in the day when Chris Spencer told us that when you go on tour, your tour van, you need to have like your
You need to have an American flag sticker, and that's it. Don't put stickers on your band.
NRA.
You need to have. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Like police athletic league. He was like,
he
was like, don't put band stickers on your touring band. Put all, all the other stickers.
And I don't know if it worked or not, but I think it did because when Black Calvin was out, when we had a white band, and the only stickers that we put on it was an American flag sticker, nothing else. We didn't do any band stickers at all, and we did get pulled over.
Yeah.
For speeding, and the guy didn't give us a ticket. He let us go. We had those stickers on there. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're just making sure. Okay, you don't have a gun to anybody's head right now. Okay, go on, patriotic America.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe that actually worked.
What about 20 flags?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they give you an escort to the next town?
90 miles an hour, all the fucking way. Baby. Hell yeah. Every county they
Well, what was the meme with the Blue Lives Matter stickers on your car?
See, some of them aren't fascist. Some of them are just trying to smuggle drugs and not get pulled over. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, they used to have that thing. I remember when they used to call your house and you donate to the local sheriff's department or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
They give you a sticker that I donated to the. Yeah, that's what we used to call them. Get out of jail free stickers.
Yep.
You didn't have to donate. You just said you would, and they'd send you a sticker. You never had to send in money, but then you put that on your car, and
Does anyone mention that all cops are bastards?
Dude,
that's what I got that from.
No. The thing that I always like to is when they call you and you're broke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh boy, I would really for my name to end up on a list that officers are driving around with that are like, oh, here's what this guy said.
Right. Yeah. Better off just telling them you'll donate and they're just never paying the bill.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did.
That's a pro game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'll be
no matter. I just donated yesterday. So you don't like.
It's on its way. It's on its way.
Update your list.
It kind of felt like a mob. It always felt like a mob shakedown in a lot of ways, and they're making it.
Right.
Would you like to give to the police or not give to the police?
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound like a choice anymore. Right. What are we going to do?
Right.
What happens if I don't?
Yeah. We offer protection.
It's an awful nice storefront you got there.
Yeah. You're saying there's something happening. Mm-hmm.
See, we have your address here as.
Now, your middle initial is R.
Oh, man.
I would like to say that the new album, Ephemeral, by Vedettes.
Yeah, there you go.
It's available on Spotify, on iTunes, on Amazon, on Google Play, on all your favorite platforms on which you enjoy music. Is that something we can include in here?
We should do that.
We should not do that exact one, but someone should say
we should do that. What we need to know is that the new Vedettes album called Ephemeral, because everything is fleeting, is available on all of your music choice platforms. Spotify.
All right.
On iTunes. What else? iTunes.
The kids will know.
The kids will know.
The kids are not interested.
Kids don't give up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It is a great album.
Again, really appreciate it. It's
Thank
very
you
nice
so
to talk
much.
with you.
Yes.
Oh, no problem.
I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
We love you guys and can't wait to see you in person.
Yes. I know there's going to come a time, dude.
It'll happen for sure.